Hello there. Welcome to StarForce 66 podcast. And that was a horrible intro, but it's okay. And we have our guest co-host Christian with us today. He was on vacation last week, but he can make it with us this week. How's it going?
It's been good.
Nice. You enjoyed vacation?
Yeah, it was great. Was your intro supposed to be old Ben Kenobi saying hello to R2-D2?
I tried doing that, but sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not.
Okay, that's what I thought it was.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's okay, but alrighty. So this week we had a lot of news about the Star Wars shows for the future, and movies too. And I'm gonna go ahead and start talking about that if you want to.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Alrighty, cool. I'm trying to see if I can share my screen here, so just let me know if this works. Yeah, you can see this, right?
Yep.
Alrighty, cool. So if you're watching on YouTube, you can see our screen that we're looking at, and if it's just a podcast, you can hear our voices talking about it. So it's future Lucasfilm projects revealed. This was actually revealed to us on December 10th, and we were recording this on the 15th, so about 5 days later. So we've had time to think about it, some time to see what we think about it. So the first one we see here is the Rogue Squadron, which I believe is going to be a movie, if I'm not mistaken. It's going to be in theaters in December 25th, 2023. Now, on a scale of 1 to 10, we're going to do it on a scale of 1 to 10. That's just how I like doing it, if you mind. How excited are you for this movie?
So, kind of just looking at this, it brings a whole new aspect to a different part of Star Wars. So I'm actually pretty excited. So I'll have to put maybe like a 7 or an 8. Because, in Star Wars, we always look at characters from a big picture, the Jedi or the Sith, but they were a minority when you looked at the whole Star Wars galaxy. And so then for you to take a look at the starfighter pilots, it really gives you a different perspective into Star Wars.
Yeah, you're right. It really does. Yeah, I would probably say I'm probably in between a 4 and a 6, because this could be actually like really cool of seeing it, like you said, how it's a new perspective of things, like being pilots and all. But it really could just be like all new characters, with just like, I don't know, it depends on kind of what time period this is taking place. If this is taking place at like the same time period of like Rogue One, that would be pretty cool and all. But oh, okay. Sisters there again. So but it could be cool too if it was being taken place after during the Mandalorian, that time period too. But I'm not sure, but I'm excited to hear some more stuff about it.
I think maybe the name kind of might give us a hint as to what the time period would be, considering that it's called Rogue Squadron. You know that there's only been one movie so far called Rogue One.
Yeah.
So right. Maybe it's the resistance after the effects of Rogue One, or maybe it's a different viewpoint of the Rogue One story.
Yeah, you're right. It could be that. And I believe we got this trailer. So actually, I'm gonna try to sing stop share. Go back to share screen, but I want to share my computer sound as well so you can hear this too. So we had to watch this. Can you hear it?
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'll make it.
I love to move fast and speed of any kind. I think that's because I grew up the daughter of a great fighter pilot, and every day I would wake up and go outside and look up, see my father and his squadron taking off in their F-4s, roaring across the sky, and it was the most thrilling thing still I've experienced in my entire life. So when he lost his life in service to this country, it ignited a desire in me to turn all of that tragedy and thrill into one day making the greatest fighter pilot movie of all time. But try as I might and look as I did, I couldn't find the right story ever. I kept looking and looking, but I just couldn't find the right one. Until now. Now I found a movie about 2 things I love. So I'm going to see you very soon.
got another about a good 3 years. You could hear that good or not? Just making sure.
Mm-hmm.
All right, good. So yeah, gonna
So
be
you
cool.
hear that? That means Star Wars is getting its very own Top Gun.
Yeah, I believe she's also directing Wonder Woman 1984, and that's coming out in just a few days, actually, I believe.
Next Friday
Next
on
Friday.
Christmas.
Yeah, that's gonna be. I can't. I want to watch that. Is that releasing? Probably on Disney
So,
Plus, right?
Wonder Woman 84 is being released on HBO Max as well as in theaters. I believe
Okay.
Warner Brothers released an announcement saying that they will be releasing most of their movies to HBO Max in 2021.
Okay.
I believe. I'm not for sure. So
Yeah, I'm not sure if I have HBO Max, but I'll have to check that movie out too as well. Okay, so moving on. This is the Untitled Taika Waititi film. So this really could be anything. So it says brand new Star Wars feature with acclaimed filmmaker and oh my gosh, Academy Award-winning Taika Waititi is in development. Taiki's approach to Star Wars will be fresh, unexpected, and unique, which can really be anything. Dedicated. His enormous talent and sense of humor will ensure the audiences are in for an unforgettable ride. All right, cool.
So yeah, I'm really excited for this one. I have heard about this one before the official announcement. This has been a rumor, I believe, for most of 2020. So I'm really excited for this one because with his films, especially with the filming of Thor 3 or Thor Ragnarok.
Thor and Thor Love and Thunder coming up too.
So I'm really excited for what he could bring to Star Wars, considering of how such a funny dude he is. So
yeah, and
I feel like that will be a great film.
Fresh, unexpected, and unique. Now that could, what I'm thinking, I don't really know if it would be after the Rise of Skywalker, but I don't think it would be. But it could be Old Republic since
it could
I mean, that qualifies for fresh, unexpected, and unique.
It could be Old Republic. It could still take place in between Revenge of the Sith and Episode 4. There's still a lot of stories to be told in there.
Yeah, or in between 1 and 2, right? Yeah, I mean, I don't think
there's a whole 10-year span of events that happen between the Phantom Menace. It could be about
could be
the training of Anakin Skywalker. That would be
Anakin,
cool.
Yeah, definitely. And I is this 2025 or 2023? One of those years?
It does not say.
Yeah, it doesn't say, but I
do believe it's supposed to.
Something in between 2023 and 2025. Somewhere near there. So about 3 to 5 years, I would say. Okay, so this one is probably my favorite one if I had to choose. What would you rate the Untitled Taika Waititi?
Oh, so the Untitled film, I'd have to rate that as a 6 or a 7, just because the fact of who's directing it. We know that it will definitely be a great movie, but since we have no idea what it's about, it kind of does up the exciting factor a little bit. But
it does.
Probably a 6 or a 7.
Yeah, I would probably say the same as well. Probably a 6 or 7 as well. Alrighty. So the Obi-Wan Kenobi show. Now this one we've been hearing for years and all, I believe. For a while.
So this one I believe has been a rumor for a couple years.
Yeah.
I think especially considering Disney starting Star Wars stories when they were trying to figure out whether to do Rogue One, and then they did Solo. I believe Kenobi, a story on Boba Fett, and Solo were some of the 3 movies they were to decide between a few years ago when they were making the second Star Wars story. So I'm kind of excited that they chose to go with Kenobi this time instead of Boba Fett, because I mean, as awesome as a character Boba Fett is, Kenobi doesn't get very much credit, and especially considering most of his story is still untold, especially regarding the timeline between The Revenge of the Sith, and A New Hope. So this will definitely be a great movie. And then with the announcement that Hayden Christensen is going to come back as Darth Vader, is just going to be even better.
Oh, that like I'm very excited. This I believe I heard that it was going to be only 4 episodes, but the episodes could be like an hour each, maybe over that as well, which in turn would be like a 4-hour movie if you think about it. So, but it's better than just one movie. If it's a 4-hour movie, of course. And like, yeah. So I'm just gonna read what it says here really quick. If you, unless you, do you want to read it or?
Yeah. Do you want me to start at the beginning or a specific
Yeah, sure.
paragraph? Okay, so last August at D23 Expo, which is the Disney Expo, Lucasfilm announced the return of Ewan McGregor in the iconic role of Jedi Master Obi-Wan Kenobi for a special event series on Disney Plus. Officially titled Obi-Wan Kenobi, the series begins 10 years after the dramatic events of Star Wars Revenge of the Sith, where he faced his greatest defeat, the downfall and corruption of his best friend and Jedi apprentice Anakin Skywalker turned evil Sith Lord Darth Vader. The series is directed by Deborah Chow, who helmed memorable episodes of The Mandalorian Season 1. This will truly be a day long remembered, as it was confirmed that Hayden Christensen will be returning as Darth Vader. This will be the rematch of the century, Kennedy said. It was such an incredible journey playing Anakin Skywalker, said Christensen. Of course, Anakin and Obi-Wan were on the greatest of terms when we last saw them. It will be interesting to see what an amazing director like Deborah Chow has in store for all of us. I'm excited to work with Ewan again. It feels good to be back.
Yep. And so I believe Deborah Chow, I'm trying to think of which episode she directed. Was it?
I'm not for sure, but
2?
if it mentions memorable episodes of The Mandalorian, I wouldn't be surprised if it was, episode 1.
Yeah, 1 or
maybe
2.
1 and 2.
I think she did. It says episodes, so it must have been 2 episodes. So maybe 2 and 7 or something. I believe.
Yeah.
I'm not 100% sure though. So yeah, this is really exciting. I believe as well 2022, like near maybe after. I'm thinking fall of 2022, but since
I wouldn't be surprised if we get this either late at the end of 2021 or 2022. I definitely see this coming out before Rogue Squadron, especially considering this has been such a big topic for
a
so
while
many
now.
years. So
yeah, definitely. And what was I gonna say? So it says this will be the rematch of the century. So I don't know how Obi-Wan could really be meeting Darth Vader and leaving Tatooine, even since he's supposed to train Luke. But it could just be like, because I believe in like some of the comics, Darth Vader had like a bunch of nightmares of him, refighting Obi-Wan, if I'm not mistaken. So they could do like that and re-film that, maybe, going back to Revenge of the Sith, memories and all that, and flashbacks and stuff like that. I don't see him actually going to a planet, but what are you gonna say?
I was gonna say that's just why I'm really excited for this one, because as I mentioned, the story of Obi-Wan isn't very known during this time. I mean, there's a lot in the comics and legends and Star Wars lore, but for them to actually make a series on it, it really will be exciting, because not very many people know about Obi-Wan between that time period. So
yeah.
And since there's so many different versions of what could happen, it will definitely be interesting to see what Miss Chow comes up with for this series.
I'm very excited, and I think we might actually see Anakin again, because Vader was in Rogue One, and Hayden Christensen didn't return for that because we didn't see his face. So if he's returning, I would have to think at least we're going to see his face one time, like with Darth Vader's helmet off and all that.
Well, who knows? We may see in flashbacks. We may see flashbacks of
At the
before,
Jedi Temple, or
yeah, the Jedi Temple, we may see flashbacks of their fight on Mustafar, which
Mhm.
I have a feeling that will definitely happen because
Let me see.
considering that was such a turning point in both of their lives.
Yeah, the main.
So I definitely can see that happening.
Yeah, me too. And I'm 100%. This is gonna be. If anything was above a 10, I would say 10. But like, that's exact. I'm
So yeah,
10.
I'm gonna have to put a 10 on this one. This one, I've
Definitely.
been wanting this one for a while. So
Yeah, me too. And yeah, this is gonna be. We're talking about this for a while until it comes out. I would definitely think. So 10 for sure. And yeah, and it's also gonna be taking place. I don't know if we talked about this, but 10 years after Revenge of the Sith. So it's about
mhm.
10 years too. So maybe we
Well,
can see Yoda and
it
Palpatine.
will also be interesting if we see a young Luke Skywalker,
Mm-hmm.
because around this time he'd
But
be about 10 years old. So
yeah,
um, maybe,
because Luke did know Ben Kenobi. He called him a
yeah,
crazy old wizard.
Luke knew Ben Kenobi, and Obi-Wan obviously was watching over him since birth. So maybe we see a little more into a younger Luke Skywalker as well.
Oh, and we can also see this next person we're gonna be this next show, Ahsoka, maybe, and Obi-Wan. You never know, but
Yeah,
we
so
don't have.
I had no idea they were going to make this one. This one, I believe a lot of people didn't think was going to come.
Yeah, I thought it was
Um,
gonna be like this Rebel sequel instead.
yeah, so I think a lot of people in the term of Ahsoka didn't ever think she'd actually get a live action debut,
Mhm.
but then we ended up having her in episode 5 of season 2 in The Mandalorian, which really has opened the door for a TV show. So I'm really excited for this one as because Ahsoka is one of my favorite characters in the Star Wars universe. So I
That's
definitely look forward to this one.
same directors too as the Mandalorian, Dave Filoni and John Favreau. So definitely it's gonna be really good. And I believe this logo is the logo's pretty cool here. How it has a world, which I would think when the first thing that comes to my mind is the world between worlds
The
that we
world's
saw in
from
Rebels.
Star Wars, yeah.
Yeah, that's the first thing that comes to mind. So maybe we could see her going back there, and I don't know, going back to the time period of when she was a Padawan of Anakin, maybe.
Maybe.
Or maybe trying to find the Thrawn and Ezra, of course, before they
Hmm.
blast off. I don't know, something like that. So we don't know much about this series, because it was just announced. But I would think it would be coming out in the next, next maybe year actually. Oh, I don't know, but I just played. Sorry, next year because of us just seeing Ahsoka in the
Hmm.
Mandalorian. But what do you think? You think
So
next year?
um, I think this could take place in like maybe 2 different times,
Mm-hmm.
considering we haven't had an announcement whether there will be a sequel to the Rebel series. It's still a
Yeah.
rumor, I believe. So
Yeah.
this could definitely take place of that and show them finding Thrawn in Ezra Bridger, which then could lead to a different series. Or this could, as you said, be about Ahsoka after what takes place during the last season of
Rebels.
Rebels
Yeah.
during the World Between World episode. So I think it could be either one of those, but I believe
Definitely.
it may be the World Between Worlds because of the logo, like you said.
Yeah, and it's pretty cool how this is all going to be live action. Like, I don't believe actually, yeah, there is some other animation, so it's a good mix. And
Hmm.
I would probably say I'm at 8 for this one. Not
I'm
a
a
9, but
I'm a
8.
definite 9 for this
You're a
one.
9.
I'm excited for this one, especially considering I had
I
no
really am
idea
too.
this was even being
Yeah,
considered. So
me too. I'm at 8.5 actually. Probably eight
all
and a
right,
half.
I could go with 8.5.
Yeah. All right. So here we go with the next one, Rangers of the New Republic. So I didn't know what this was about at first, but I still really don't. But it says set within the timeline of The Mandalorian. This new live action series from the executive producers Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni will intersect with future stories and culminate into a climactic story event.
So with that last part right there, it kind of makes me think that they're going to use this series to maybe bring in other series or lead to other series, considering, Rangers of the New Republic. It could be about, obviously it's about the New Republic, but maybe it's about those trying to take care of the rest of the Empire.
Yeah,
or it could even be about like characters such as
are you thinking of the Carson
Cara
Teva?
Dune from
Cara Dune?
Mandalorian.
Yeah, and
So
the
it
other
could be.
guy, the new Carson Teva with the Dave Filoni character.
Mm-hmm.
What's his name? Trapper Wolf, I believe. And because they kind of are Rangers of the New Republic, and I don't know how this would lead up to a climactic story event other than seeing people that we've seen before and like who were.
Well, we
I don't know.
have. Most likely, it could lead to something else. Maybe Star Wars is making its own Marvel storyline, Marvel saga.
Yeah, maybe. But I would probably say I'm a 7 for this. 7.
Yeah, I'm a 6 or 7 for this, just because we don't have a lot of information about it. But
it's a time period of the Mandalorian, which is pretty cool.
So it does set it in a pretty interesting place. So I think that's what I'm mostly excited for.
I'm thinking Cara Dune is going to be in this show.
I have a feeling she might.
Yeah. Alrighty. Here we go with the next one, which is Lando.
Everyone's favorite scoundrel.
I'm Lando Calrissian. I can't do his accent, man. Come on, what is wrong with me today?
I probably can't, so I'm not even going to try.
Everyone's favorite scoundrel, Lando Calrissian, will return in a brand new event series for Disney+. Justin Simien, creator of the critically acclaimed Dear White People and a huge Star Wars fan, is developing a story. So we really have nothing on this show. Not even a logo.
So like the previous announcements, we don't have a lot of information.
At least
but considering it's Lando, who knows? It could take place in between the events of Solo and Empire. It could take place between the end of Return of the Jedi and Rise of Skywalker. There's a whole timeline this series could take place.
I heard that it could actually be both actors who played Lando. Oh, what was his name? Donald Glover and Billy D. Williams. Of maybe Billy D. Williams telling a story of what happened when he was young.
His younger self.
Yeah,
that would be interesting.
That would be interesting. I'm not really sure though. I'm not familiar with Justin Simien either. I don't know if you know who he is. Do you?
I do not. So
no, I've actually never heard of him before. Justin Simien, okay, he's 37 years old. Dear White People, Houston, Texas. Okay. Yeah, seems pretty cool. It's gonna be interesting. For sure. So I would rate this. I like the character Lando. I'm just not sure what this is going to be about, so I'm gonna say 5.
Yeah, so I'm gonna say 5 just because we have even less information than the previous ones. They don't even provide a picture of what the title will look like.
Exactly. Or the time period.
We have no idea. So.
Could be 2 different actors too. Alrighty, so yeah. So going on to the next one. Wait, you said so? What did you say? 5 or?
Yeah, so 5 on Lando.
Alrighty, cool. So we have a trailer for this one.
We have a trailer.
Scissor reel, whatever. I don't really know what that means.
Cassian Andor.
Alrighty, so go ahead and you want to read this first, or do you want to play the video?
Yeah, I can go ahead and read it. Alrighty. So Andor, a tense, nail-biting spy thriller created by Tony Gilroy, is set to arrive on Disney Plus in 2022. Diego Luna, reprising the role of rebel spy Cassian Andor from Rogue One, will join by a fantastic new cast that includes Stellan Skarsgård, Adria Arjona, Fiona Shaw, Denise Go, Kyle Soler, and Genevieve O'Reilly as Mon Mothma. Production kicked off 3 weeks ago in London. So this is exciting considering they've already started. We have a release date, and since we already know about this character and you know, he's a great character, but since he's just a
I'm not really
spy,
a fan of his character, but I'm a fan of like the time period this is going to be taking place in with
yeah,
Tarkin and Vader and all them. But
Mon Mothma.
Mon
and-
Mothma, yeah, she's a very good character. And
So I'm actually really interested to see who Stellan Skarsgård plays. So this will be great. But
yeah, I'm really excited for this. So let's go ahead and watch this trailer. Or do you have one more thing to say?
sizzle.
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 Is this like
Sizzle
a big screen
reel.
right now for you, or is it just this?
No, it zoomed in. It zoomed in.
Okay, good. Yep, that's a scene from Rogue One, I believe. Yeah.
Everything I did for the rebellion.
Rogue One, in many ways, it's a film that connected new audiences with the oldest fans.
Thank you.
It was a bittersweet feeling, you know, on the premiere, knowing that it was just one film. But then magic happens, right?
As you can see, we're getting ready. We're building stages, we're rehearsing, we're training, we're trying costumes, we're doing everything to make sure we do the best show.
I'm really excited having the chance to explore Cassian. It's really fun to go on a set that is emulating something you like so much.
The enormity of this is like doing a big feature film.
It's very cinematic. For me, that's where the excitement is.
12 episodes, 12 scripts, over
12
200
episodes.
named cast
Okay.
members, over
That's a lot.
6,000 crowd people, a lot of creatures that come in from the creature department.
We treat this exactly like we would a film. There is no difference in our approach.
Every creature and droid that we've been building has the same care, level of attention to detail as the previous films.
It's huge, it's thrilling, but also it's wonderfully challenging.
There's tons of possibilities to explore. It is the building of a revolution.
Oh, whoa.
Andor. It's cool how it's called Andor.
Yeah, so that looked
You see this-
really amazing. I hadn't completely watched that. So
You haven't? Okay.
so we got 12 episodes,
That guy looks freaky.
which most likely they'll, I don't know, what you think? How long do you think they'll be? Like the episodes?
I'm thinking that's similar to the Clone Wars, that length.
So maybe like 30 minutes?
Maybe 30, 20 to 30, I would say.
See, I wouldn't be surprised if they do 12 episodes of like maybe like 40 to 45 minutes, kind of like the length of The
Ooh.
Mandalorian.
That would be awesome. That's a lot. And maybe there's only one season, too.
And well, 12 episodes, they can definitely just leave it after one season.
Yeah.
But Mandalorian, everyone loved Mandalorian, so they were getting a second
why they're
season no
making
matter
more.
what. So
Yeah. That's why they're making more. I believe.
so yeah,
this
this
is
one
pictures.
I'm really excited for this one because the concept art was amazing.
Yeah, this looks awesome.
The
Who is?
I mean, it was just awesome. I mean, the cast.
He's with the Empire, right? You see, he's with the Empire.
He could actually be an informant. So who knows?
Ooh, yeah, because
I mean, the rebels had to have moles in the Empire.
Exactly.
So,
Yeah.
but I mean, the concept art is amazing. The props and the sets are amazing. We have a great cast.
Whoa, it's a lot of.
That is. Oh, so we have a Imperial scrapyard. Looks like.
Oh, is that what it is? Wow.
Yeah. So this is obviously one of the nicer ones, unlike the one in a Jedi Fallen Order. But
oh yeah, you're right. Yeah,
because we have a Rebel cruiser there, or a Republic cruiser. But this looks amazing. So
and this
I'm
is really
excited for
not that
this
much,
one.
but I'm very excited too. What do you think this is? Is this I don't know what this is.
I think this could be either a office building.
It's
for
really
how many
big.
desks, or
I don't know.
it
I've
could
never
be like
seen
a
this.
library.
Like the Jedi Temple had their library, but
Yeah.
definitely not the Jedi.
I feel like this would be more of an office building, considering how there's more floors, and on those floors are like a desk. But then again, you know, you have that one kind of beam out there in the middle, so maybe it's
what is it? Really?
Who knows? Maybe it's an Imperial training facility or something like that.
Yeah, because the guy does kind of look like he's wearing. They're all wearing the same things or similar things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe you're right. Oh, oopsies. Then it's just it's probably gonna be like the logo for it or something like that. You know, or this logo.
So I love that logo. I love
me too.
It. It's awesome.
That's awesome. 2022. I want it to be early 2022, but anytime.
I mean, it doesn't say when in 2022.
It could be a 1 year from now because it's almost 2021. So
yeah, it could be very early 2022. I mean, if they've already started filming.
2020 has gone by fast. I mean, I don't know for you, but
it has.
For me,
it's been crazy. So
yeah, lots of different stuff. Okay, so I would rate this probably an 8.
I'd definitely give this an 8 or a 9.
8 or 9. Yeah, me too. Yeah, I'm very excited. Okay, here we go with the Acolyte. We don't have much about this, but you want to read this one or?
So, the Acolyte. Is that Leslie?
I believe so. Yeah,
I believe that would be Leslie. So Leslie Headland, Emmy Award nominated creator of the mind-bending series Russian Doll, brings a new Star Wars series to Disney Plus with The Acolyte. The Acolyte is a mystery thriller that will take the audience into a galaxy of shadowy secrets and emerging dark side powers in the final days of the High Republic era. Acolyte.
Okay.
Do you think this could be about the Night Sisters on Dathomir?
It could be, but maybe. High Republic.
Because I mean, we're talking about dark side powers.
But at the end of the High Republic
era, we're talking
about
a mystery, shadowy secrets. We're talking High Republic era.
The end of it. So I mean, what's the end of the High Republic era? Is that like right before Phantom Menace, or?
So yeah, that would be like into Clone Wars, Revenge of the Sith time.
Okay, so.
Well, maybe not.
The first thing that came to my mind was Plagueis, but I heard it was like a female. Like it was.
See, that's why I thought.
Like an apprentice of somebody.
See, that's why I thought Night Sisters, because first off, I believe they're the only ones that have ever been referred to as acolytes.
Yeah.
And you know, they were all in the Clone Wars, they were always a mysterious, shadowy group anyways. And they were dark side wielders. Granted, they were witches, but still darksiders themselves. So I wouldn't be surprised if this show is about them.
Could be. And I still don't know much about this either, but
or who knows? Maybe it's about a different group of dark side powers. I mean, it does say shadowy secrets.
Secrets. It could be just like a secret apprentice.
It could be
someone had that we've
It could be about maybe like a faction in the Sith Empire.
Maybe somebody's living in the Sith temple underneath the Jedi temple on Coruscant. It's like there's a whole Sith group under there.
Or maybe we have really like Korriban and Mustafar and
So I don't know. We really don't know like much about this either. So I don't know if I would probably say I don't know 5 or 6, but
so this
it could be all the way up to an 8 if it's like
for the Acolyte. I'd have to give it a 4 just because no heads up. There was no kind of like idea, or there's no like presence or intention of them doing this beforehand. So then for them to just drop this out in the middle of an expo saying, hey, we're going to do a TV series like this was just such a sudden drop. And then for them to give us hardly any information, I'd have to give it a 4. So
okay, yeah. If we find out something about like Palpatine or like it leads up to Palpatine, I don't know. That would be.
I wouldn't be surprised if Palpatine has something to do with it.
Yeah, me too. Because when you think of the dark side powers, you think of Palpatine, of course. But yeah, I mean, it could be good, but I don't know. I don't really have.
Yeah, I'd have to say 4 or 5.
Yeah, Me too. Here we go. This is one of my. This may be my second or third favorite. I'm most looking forward to.
So yeah,
maybe because we have the most a lot of information about this. Because I did a video or 2 videos talking about the Bad Batch. I don't know if you watched it yet, but it was just like a little review of it. And what?
I believe I did.
You did. Okay.
But you know, with them showing up in the Clone Wars in season 7,
yeah,
it was just amazing. So
all right, so it says the series follows the elite and experimental clones of the Bad Batch, first introduced in Clone Wars, like you said, as they find their way in a rapidly changing galaxy, which is Order 66. In the immediate aftermath of the Clone War, members of the Bad Batch, a unique squad of clones who vary genetically from their brothers in the clone army, each possess a singular exceptional skill, which makes them extraordinarily effective soldiers and a formidable crew. I probably said that wrong. In the post-Clone War era, they will take on daring mercenary missions as they struggle to stay afloat and find new purpose. The animated series will arrive exclusively on Disney Plus. And I also heard when it first was released, let me see if I can see if you see my screen here. Can you see it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so when it first was released, I believe it was told for us to be February of 2021. But I'm not 100% sure. Let me see here. It was like a long time ago though, so I don't know if it's gonna be popping up here. Is this right here? I'm not sure. This is just describing each of the characters. You know, Tech, Hunter, Crosshair, Wrecker. Season 7. I mean, it was February of last year, so
yeah.
I'll find it later, I guess.
So I'm glad they keep this. They're keeping this one as an animated. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's to debut in 2021. So we know it's gonna be in 2021.
Well, with it being an animated series, it does make it a tad bit easier for them to have already been working on it.
Yeah.
A whole lot longer. I mean, they could have been working on this immediately after they finished season 7 of Clone Wars. So, this is probably something they've been working on for a while. So then for them to finally release it, and then for us to have a release date in 2021, I wouldn't be surprised. So,
me too. So let's go and watch the sizzle reel.
Sizzling, exciting sizzles.
Yeah.
They call themselves the Bad.
And this is actually Rex talking when they said that, I believe.
Rex or Cody?
I think it was Rex. Was it Cody?
Well, I remember Cody already knew of him and Rex hadn't. So Cody had actually introduced the Bad Batch to Rex. So
right, yeah.
They call themselves the Bad Batch.
No, that right there. I'm gonna do like a scene by scene, if you don't mind. But
go ahead.
This right here, I believe, could be.
I believe that's Kamino. Cloning facility on Kamino.
Yeah, now that would be cool. Going back to Kamino after Revenge of the Sith, where all the clones were created, seeing what happens there. That's interesting. That same ship, they use the same ship for each planet. Well, not anymore. I don't even know what these planets are. Do you have any idea? Or
well, I mean, we know the first one's Kamino.
Kamino, yeah.
So let's see.
This right here is an orange planet. It's not Tatooine.
I don't think that's Tatooine. I don't know.
Yeah, you don't really have a good angle, or this is.
I'm not for sure about this one. This one, very blue. I mean, we can obviously see steel protection or some kind of building.
Yeah, and it looks like each planet has this tornado thing almost. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah, like some storms or something.
Storm. Yeah, you're right. Now that right here, it's going by so fast, you know. All right, this right here is
this Coruscant, or
I don't think it's big enough for Coruscant.
It doesn't look like Coruscant.
In the Clone Wars, like this season 4 episode, we did see a city. I don't remember what planet it was on, but you know, we can go into some old Clone Wars planets that we went to. It's almost like a season 8, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I thought when I heard it was releasing.
Pretty much.
This remember Pong Krell?
Yes, I love Ponkrell.
Yeah,
he was great.
This kind of looks like that planet where he died.
Oh, what was that? Was that Umbaru or something?
I don't remember the planet.
I
just
believe
remember
it's Umbaru because I believe the people they were fighting were called Umbarans.
So, Umbarans, you're right. Umbaru, something like that. Yeah, but it could be Ponkrell.
Or Umbara.
Umbara.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But
this
no,
we see
it wouldn't have been Ponkrell because at the end of
he died. Yeah.
Yeah, Ponkrell would have already been taken care of. So
I wish we could have more stuff about him. You know, he was pretty cool.
He was pretty. Yeah, he was really cool.
Well, we see more of this later, so you see that the Bad Batch are actually here. So
we got the Bad Batch on the cloning Camino facility in one of the training fields. Yeah, this is Camino. So in season 3 of Clone Wars, episode 1, you have the first episode of Echo 5's Heavy.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
I forgot the other two, but this would have been one of the training facilities for them to pass their final test to be full-blown clone troopers. So they may have been returning to see what's going on, but that is what this is.
That's cool. Yeah, nice thoughts. And to see they're with all the other clones, but the thing is, they're like the only clones that don't really have their outfit, the clone outfit on. So
I feel bad for the people who listen to this on the podcast. We're talking about a video they can't see.
Oh yeah, you're right. But at least when they could, I'll put the link down below where they can go to the YouTube and all. You know, if they want to. And then this right here was that guy.
Oh, so I can't remember what their species is, but their species does show up in about 3 episodes of the Clone Wars.
Oh, they do. I don't remember.
They were slave traders, and Anakin had actually stopped them. They also served Count Dooku. So
okay. So if this is at 17 seconds in. I'm gonna start doing that. So just in case. Alrighty. And then I'll cut down
explosion.
The voice.
I mean, I can't say more about that.
And that same planet we saw
Back
earlier.
To this mysterious city.
Yeah. Now, it looks like when Ahsoka in season 7, when she was going off, maybe in Coruscant, I don't know. This is gonna be this is probably scattered episodes.
Yeah, probably.
Another planet.
Another planet we don't know.
Ooh, was that them going against other clones?
Did we just have the execution of Order 66?
Wait, have you seen this trailer yet?
No, I haven't.
Okay.
I haven't seen this trailer.
This is gonna be good. All right, so this right here looks like the Bad Batch going against other clones, right?
So does that mean that the Bad Batch does not execute Order 66?
Maybe. And maybe. All right, let's just watch it all the way through. Then we could go back at 30 seconds in. How about that? Is that good?
Okay, that sounds good. Yeah.
All right, let's go.
The Republic will be reorganized into the first galactic empire.
Oh, you see his yellow eyes. That was one of my favorite parts. Gosh, there's so much.
That was quite an impressive display.
That was a lot.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay, so
I know I stopped it right until the best part. You know. Here, I'll cut down. All right, so right here.
I don't know. Okay, so right here, it gives us the.
You see the Caminos or the
Kaminoans?
Kaminoans. You see them right here under Palpatine on the bridge. Oh, that's cool. And how?
So this part of the trailer kind of makes us think that the Bad Batch doesn't execute Order 66. But then, you know, later on when Hunter's standing in front of Tarkin and he's congratulating him, it also makes us think that they are part of the Empire. So
maybe they were hired to do a job and they don't have, I don't know. But at least Tarkin is aware of who they are.
I mean, Tarkin knows who they are. They obviously went back to Camino.
Yeah.
They were standing. We see them standing in line with soldiers about 5 seconds before this.
This scene was awesome right here, though. How
it does.
I don't know how he could be doing his message all over, but you know. See, he has yellow eyes, so you can see how he's a Sith. So this is definitely he's a part of it's a part of the same speech that he does in Revenge of the Sith.
Oh, but for someone to sit there and be like, oh, he has yellow eyes, he's a Sith, and the Sith hasn't existed for 1,000 years, and even then there was always 2. Not very many people are going to know what the yellow eyes mean.
You're right.
So
you're right.
To them, it's just some crazy old man taking over the galaxy.
Yeah, you're right. Now this is going by a lot really fast. I'll cut it off so we can just talk. All right, this looks like Jakku, but I don't think it would.
I don't think it's Jakku just because there's too many ships. We know in Jakku that
Battle of Jakku, it was after.
The Battle of Jakku was one of the last ones of the rebellion. So,
so this is definitely a new planet, I would think.
So since Bad Batch takes in between New Hope and
the immediate
episode
aftermath.
3, and so the immediate aftermath of episode 3, and the Battle of Jakku was like into episode 6.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think this is the same place, because if it was, it'd be a whole lot brighter. I don't think the Republic had any presence on Jakku anyways.
I don't either. But
Jakku, I think,
we're a
was
little
very
short on
to
time.
Tatooine.
We're a little short on time, so we'll go a little bit quicker here, if you don't mind.
All right. Yeah, that's fine.
See,
So-
this could be Fennec Shand. Remember? Doesn't that?
Oh
kinda look
yeah,
like her?
yeah, that would be interesting, especially considering her mask and everything is similar.
Yeah.
But so before we move on, I want to quickly just explain who each of the members of the Bad Batch are. I'm pretty sure you've done it in some videos, but
I don't think I have.
If anyone hasn't watched those videos, or if you haven't, I'll just go ahead and do it. So first we have 5 members of the Bad Batch. The first one is Hunter. According to his name, you kind of get the sense of how he's different. He has heightened senses and is very intelligent, so he is the leader of the group. Next, we have Crosshairs, who is the sniper / support. Then we have Tech, who, given by his name, is obviously the technological one. He always handles any sort of information, sabotage, downloading, anything like that. Wrecker, also another obvious one. He was I believe it was a issue with the growth, the accelerated growth that they had programmed into the clones, as well as increased strength. And then the most recent addition to the Bad Batch is Echo. So Echo's the one in the back, bald head, kind of creepy looking, kind of looks like a ghost almost. So he's more of a cyborg than anything else, but he is he's previously a clone. I mean, they're all clones, but he was a normal clone, actually. But he's kind of, I don't know, he's more like Tech in the aspect. He knows the Empire, and he can get into things easier than Tech can. So kind of more as a backup for everyone. But that's the Bad Batch. And since they all had those unique differences, it made them formidable in the aspect that they had tactics that, you know, the normal clones could never have pulled off. So this would definitely be interesting, considering they're one of the most unique units in the Clone Wars. And
I think so too.
So it's also called Clone Force 99, and the reason being, if you also go back to episode 1 of season 3 in Clone Wars, back to that same episode of the cadets, you have the deformed clone 99, who Heavy gives his medal to at the end of the episode for being a support to him. I believe he's actually the one who started Clone Force 99, or if he didn't, it's at least named in his honor. So, yeah, so that's just a quick overview of the Bad Batch, but definitely excited for this one. So, 8 or 9 as my vote, or
8 or 9.
rating.
Yeah, and we could also see some. I don't know if it's Cad Bane, but it's probably not. But yeah, I'm very excited. They're just going to finish through this the same planet. See them basically fighting a lot against the Empire. We see Fennec Shand maybe again. See them going against other clones. So I think they might have executed Order 66 and then tried to escape, or I don't know, something like that.
Yeah, maybe.
This is always going to be a weird creature. Now this right here is Tarkin.
Yeah, so this is
Grand Moff
interesting
Tarkin.
with Grand Moff Tarkin showing up, and then Hunter. Obviously he's in
he's working for doing jobs for him.
He's at attention, so obviously they have something to do with the Empire.
He said this. He said something like, "This is very impressive." So maybe they were going against other clones. I don't know. No, maybe they were capturing this Jedi, perhaps, that escaped.
Perhaps.
Pretty cool. So very impressive display. They was like, "Hey, thank you." So yeah, it's just a lot here. But yeah, I'm very excited. I'm gonna have to say a 9 actually, because of this. Us seeing Palpatine, his speech, and Tarkin, of course, maybe Vader, even. I'm very excited to do that.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so let's go to the next one. Star Wars Visions.
So it mentioned that Visions is a animated series of short films celebrating Star Wars through the lens of the world's best anime creators. Star Wars meets anime. So it says the anthology collection will bring 10 fantastic visions from several of the leading Japanese anime studios, offering a fresh and diverse cultural perspective to Star Wars. So I believe this is just kind of like a celebration of Star Wars, as it mentioned. Just kind of looking back on has it been 50 years?
50? No, it is almost 50, about 43, I think.
So about 40 years of Star Wars.
Yeah. So the same age.
So this one's exciting. I kind of like this.
Yeah. So you just said my dad's 50 years old. Alrighty. So I don't know a lot about this, but I would just.
I don't know a lot about this one, but I'm kind of excited for this one. Just
it'll be pretty cool. 5.
Yeah. So about 6.
6, 5, 6. Yeah. Nice. Now this one right here is very interesting to me. I don't know why, but is it? The Droid Story. A Lucasfilm continues to develop new stories. The intersection of animation and visual effects offers new opportunities to explore. Then it says, a Droid Story. This epic journey will introduce us to a new hero, guided by a legendary duo, R2-D2 and C-3PO.
BB-8. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
So obviously, droids.
Yeah. Droids.
R2-D2 and C-3PO.
This is probably going to be mainly for kids, you know what I mean? Just like
I have a feeling this will be more of a kids show. Yeah, granted, I still think it'll be kind of a good one though.
You remember this droid from the Clone Wars that was kind of weird? It was like this droid of this like a whole arc about droids. Could it be that main?
I can't remember I think I know the one you're talking about, but was it the one in which R2-D2 had his own solo mission without C-3PO? Is that the episode you're referring to?
It was in like season 6, I believe.
Oh,
yeah. It was with
I don't remember.
This weird droid that talked with this like very small guy leading them.
Oh, I thought that was in the earlier episodes.
It was like the end of season 5, actually, I think.
Oh, I thought that was so I remember which one you're talking about.
My mind goes to that, but it's going to be somebody new probably, which is going to be awesome to see R2-D2 and C-3PO again.
I'm excited for that one.
Yeah.
So now, of course, we don't have so that's the end of our Star Wars list. But you know, Lucasfilm also made another big movie franchise. But that is Indiana Jones. So
that
everyone's favorite explorer.
July of 2022.
July of 2022. So this is the last appearance of Harrison Ford as Indiana Jones.
I cannot wait. This is gonna be
this one will be good. I'm excited for this one.
Oh, Droid Story, I would probably say like a 7 for me.
Oh yeah, for Droid Story, I'd probably say about 6, just because
6 or 7.
6.
Nice.
Yeah,
but Indiana Jones 10.
Oh yeah, Indiana Jones 9. I only put 9 just because probably the
9.
third one was my favorite, and I feel like they could have just left it at the third one. So
yeah, but it's good seeing them all again. But
yeah.
But that is definitely going to be awesome. I'll be 17 years old, so I'll be pretty old. But I don't know. Harrison Ford will be too. He's like 80, 83. He'll be 83. I don't know. No, he's 79 now, so like 81. Okay. But yeah, that's pretty cool how they're seeing other Lucasfilm stories too. Now, this one right here is Willow. It's going to be directed by Ron Howard, right? No, it's not Ron Howard.
No, it's not. I don't believe it's directed by Ron Howard, but it plays off of Ron Howard's 1988 movie.
Okay.
So this
Warwick Davis, cool. He played the
is
Ewok.
it? No. John Chu is the director. So he was the director of Crazy Rich Asians. If anyone had watched that movie, he is the director of this one.
Shooting next March.
It mentions shooting next March in Wales and will debut on Disney Plus in 2022. So
it's about 1 year.
Yep. And then we have the last one. Does it mention a title?
The Lucasfilm catalog is expanding further with a story that will introduce a new hero and explore an original world that feels perfectly paired with Lucasfilm's story. Children of Blood and Bone. The story will center around a young African's heart-racing quest to restore magic for taking people into Meiji. I don't know. I don't even think that's Star Wars, is it?
No, it's just
Lucasfilm.
It's just Lucasfilm.
Okay, but yeah, that's interesting. Willow, I don't know, because Warwick Davis is an Ewok, so I mean that's gonna be pretty cool. He is an Ewok. He plays an Ewok. He is an Ewok. I think I would have to say a 6, probably. 6
I put maybe like a 5. I mean, I'm not super excited for that one, but
it's fun. It'll be fun.
I think it'd be good, but this last one, I've never heard of this, so I'd have to give maybe like a 4 just because of
4, 3 probably for me. But yeah, I would definitely say Obi-Wan Kenobi is number 1.
Yeah, Kenobi is definitely my favorite.
Ahsoka,
I'd have to put maybe Kenobi, Ahsoka.
Kenobi, Ahsoka or Bad Batch? I don't know for me.
No, I'd have to put Kenobi and then Ahsoka and then Bad Batch. The only reason I put Ahsoka over Bad Batch is because Ahsoka has always been one of my favorites. So
nice.
After that, I believe
Andor.
After Bad Batch, Andor, and then Rogue Squadron, and then those others that
Rangers of the New Republic.
Yeah.
Cool.
So that was a good overview. I'm really excited for most of those releases.
Yeah,
I am only disappointed that there is no confirmation of a Rebels series being made.
Yeah, but I mean,
I guess we
never
just
know. It could
still have to
come
wait
out after this next episode of The Mandalorian.
Maybe they'll release an announcement at the D24 Expo at the end of 2021.
True, maybe that too. But anyway, can't wait for the next episode of The Mandalorian too. We don't have time to talk about it, but maybe I'll make a video.
A Mandalorian this Friday.
Yeah.
That will be good. It will be exciting to see what happens.
I want them
to get the kid back, or it may continue into season 3. We don't know.
I don't think he will.
I don't think he will, because then what would be the point of season 3?
Exactly, unless Luke pops up and takes him from the Mandalorian. It's like, all right, he's mine now.
Luke just shows up and saves the day.
Yeah, that's what I want to see.
That would be funny, but
But anyway, we thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Yeah,
thank you for having me
again.
It was great talking about all those new releases. Excited for those to be coming out. It did mention a few of those that started already filming. Others had not.
Others, yeah.
So
Bad
I
Batch
think
is probably done.
Bad Batch is probably done, so they're probably just in final edit, and we'll be releasing it
for the trailer
here within the next few months, maybe.
I would think hopefully. 4 months.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they either do it in the spring or in the fall. So
I'm thinking at the same time they released season 7 of the Clone Wars.
Didn't they release that earlier this year?
Yeah, it was February, I think. So
it was February. So yeah. 3 or 4 months.
Which it's almost the end. It's December 15th, halfway through December. So yeah. Alrighty, well, thanks everyone for listening. Don't forget to rate this 5 stars on Apple Podcast, Spotify, anywhere else you listen to this, as well as on YouTube. Don't forget to thumbs up, subscribe if you have not, but thank you for listening either way, all the way through. And that's it. Hopefully you enjoyed it.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. See you next time. Goodbye.